friends, this is my second video. Today I just want to talk to you something about the camera formats, the video that we are taking. There are different formats for it, the color depth, the bit depth, everything. So I just want to talk to you something about that today. First thing we have to notice is that we are just using the camera just to take the videos, and later we would post process it in the available softwares, and then we would upload the videos. So what is the process inside? Actually, what is the process that is going inside? We all know that the primary colors, there are three primary colors, that is red, green and blue in the color wheel. So talking about the red, green and blue, there is a combination of different shades that give us the output. When talking about the 4:2:0, that's a usual color depth that we are using for a long time. DVD, Blu-ray, everything uses the 4:2:0 format. Actually, this is a 256 shade of red, green and blue. That multiplies in 3 times. 256 times 3 gives 16 million colors. That is what we are recording now. You can see in front, right? The camera that I am recording here is the D750. It's a full frame camera, and in this camera, actually, it is recorded in this format of 4:2:0. When we move into some other cameras, especially the Sony's latest version, that is Sony's A7S III, moving into that camera, they have an additional benefit of even 4:4:4. That is full color. Recorders are very hard to find, but even a good recorder for the 16-bit is being released. So talking about the 4:2:2, that is, what is this use of 4:2:2 recording? Because they have a good in-depth color review, and later it is easy for us to, especially for a colorist, to color grade it. Those who works with the green screening need this particular 4:2:2 format. Actually, for users like us who are not the colorists, can't see the difference, because it's more into the technical field. So those guys who are familiar with the color combinations and all, they can find it easily. What is luma? Luma simply represents the brightness of an image. It's related to the covalence. Because the brightness and the color combinants, everything mingles to produce a good quality image, good quality video. So we need to first know about the color sampling. While we enlarge our videos, right? We enlarge to a certain extent, we can see the artifacts. Artifacts means sometimes we enlarge, we lose information here and there in the picture. That actually will spoil the whole image quality of the particular image. While we are using it for a higher in broadcasting or somewhere in large screen, we would see it as a distraction, because the image will lose data here and there. So in order to avoid it, if you take a 4:2:0 format, 8-bit information format, and compared to the 4:2:2 to a 10-bit information, then we can see this artifact. If problems here and there, then we can rectify it later in the color grading process. Photographers, they use the JPEG images and the raw images. Why they use this JPEG images and the raw images? Because the JPEG images are restricted with the color details, and it is being produced by the camera with their internal focusing or something, the internal programming. And so the higher rectifications is not possible while we get the output. But when compared to the raw files, we can play around. We can edit it later using some software such as Lightroom or Photoshop. Likewise, the 4:2:0 and the 4:2:2 both have got substantial differences. So if you want to see the output of the edited, that is the color graded image in using the 4:2:2 format, then we should definitely need at least a 10-bit display monitor. The camera itself is not enough for us to edit the video, but after editing, we need a particular software, a good software to color grade these images that we get. The raw data that are getting from this camera should have to be edited properly. And like there is we buy the raw meat from the market and later we will process that, we will cook it right. Like that, we should have to edit the work and later after the color reproductions and everything, we should have to view it. In order to view it, we should have at least a good 4K monitor or a 10-bit monitor at least to view our result. That is a must. Otherwise, we can't compare the quality of the image that we get by editing the video. That is a must as considered 10-bit monitors. So if you are college and you're doing it for a living, then you should have to consider it, and for high broadcast before you should have to view the demo in order to observe whatever you are doing inside, and later you have to broadcast it only after viewing and rectifying the mistakes if anything you had committed on the go.